The Warriors have started the season with a renewed focus on defense and a few different defensive looks, featuring a 2-3 zone and a switch-heavy defense. The defensive effort and intensity has spiked this season, and the numbers are reflecting that. In just one season, the Warriors have gone from 28th in opponent effective field goal percentage to 6th. Despite the solid defensive pressure and above average opponent field goal percentage, the Warriors have just a league average defense in terms of points per possession. The main reason for this discrepancy is due to ORB percentage and free throw rate. ORB percentage is the percentage of missed shots that are followed up with an offensive rebound. The Warriors are currently 29th in the league, giving up rebounds on almost 28% of opponent missed shots. These boards will often lead to an easy putback, foul, or kick out to an open three, which is devastating to the team after playing a full possession of high-pressure defense. There are a couple different factors leading to the inability to close out defensive possessions. I've broken them down into the following categories. Here we see Wiseman guarding Pascal on the perimeter. Pascal drives and passes it to OG, who is posted up on Draymond. We can see that Draymond has a good defensive position and forces OG into a tough shot. Wiseman comes from the weak side to try to block it and allows his man to get an easy putback dunk. As a big, it's important to keep a balance between trying to block shots and keeping your man off the offensive glass. If your teammate still has a solid defensive presence, it's best to hold off on making an aggressive defensive play. Here's an example of the Warriors' 2-3 zone. We can see that the strong side is overloaded, and Damian Lee is guarding both Montrez and Kuzma. As Matthews cuts into the paint, Pascal rotates to contest the layup. At this point, both Kuzma and Harrell are threats on the offensive glass. Lee is not able to box out both, and Kuzma ends up with the board. This brings us to boxing out. Boxing out is the act of positioning yourself between the opponent and the basket to give your team a better chance for the board by using your body to affect the opponent's ability to rebound. You can see in these clips that someone lost their man or forgot to box out, leading to easy offensive boards. Having the whole team box out is crucial for maximizing the team's ability to close out a defensive possession. It is doubly important in switching and zone defenses because without a straightforward matchup, it's likely that there will be rebounding mismatches often. Therefore, it's very important that all players contribute by boxing out the closest opponent, gang rebounding as a team, and rotating early. One of the main drawbacks of utilizing a switch is that it will often put a smaller player onto a big, making rebounding more difficult due to height and athleticism differences. Here, Wiggins switches onto AD and gets contact early as the shot goes up. AD is able to break through the contact and take the board away from Curry and get an easy putback. In the next play, Green rotates to help Lee as he goes over the Ibaka screen and his man is attacking the rim. One of Curry or Mulder has to rotate to stop Ibaka from rolling to the basket. Neither of them rotate and Ibaka gets the easy putback. As Wiseman rotates to help protect the rim, you can see how early Damian Lee sees this and rotates onto Wiseman's man. Despite the early rotation, Reed is able to out-jump Lee for the rebound. Here, Mulder gets switched onto Ibaka and gets a body on him early. Pascal also notices the mismatch and rotates to help box out Ibaka. Unfortunately, Ibaka is still able to grab the board over Pascal. As the Warriors season progresses, there's a few things that the team can do to help their defensive rebounding woes. The first one would be for the younger bigs, Pascal and Wiseman, to focus on positioning over blocks. This is something that's kind of developed as time goes on, and a lot of rookies come in with this problem where they try to overhelp on defense, and I think that with more games, they'll be able to see the opportunities that they have to go for blocks and when to focus on just rebounding and positioning. The second thing is team rebounding, or what some NBA pundits like to call gang rebounding. And what this means is basically that all 5 guys on the court have to pitch in on the boards. This is something the Warriors have traditionally been very good at. If you look at the past championship seasons, you can see Curry averaging like 5.5 rebounds, Clay 4 rebounds, Iguodala 4 rebounds, Barnes 5 rebounds. This is really important for switching defenses and small ball lineups because without a focus on rebounding, it's going to be hard to be above average on defense. So the third thing is improving transition offense, especially off of live boards, to dissuade the opponent from wanting to crash. When a team is more likely to push the ball off a rebound, the other team has to get back earlier so they're not at a disadvantage. Unfortunately, the Warriors this season are doing very poorly in transition. I think they're at the bottom of the league in transition, especially off steals. Yeah, they're doing terrible off steals, but off live boards, they're just not really pushing the ball too much. They're in the bottom third of the league in transition frequency off of live boards. And I've talked about it before, but they have the personnel to be a deadly transition offense, and I'm going to be making a video soon about what's causing their transition to not be as efficient as it can be. And the last thing is just to continue playing the season, building the right habits and building the chemistry with one another, and making sure that when the playoffs come, everybody knows what they're doing and what their role is. And so far, I've been pleasantly surprised by how the season's going. And I mean, before the season, I predicted that the Warriors would be a step under the top playoff teams, but if they peak at the right time, they can make some noise in the playoffs, and I still believe that. I actually am a little bit more confident in the team at how it's looking, and let's just see how it goes. But in the short term, I mean, the next couple games with the 2 centers and Wiseman and Looney being out, the Warriors are going to be playing a lot of small ball. So this is a good time for everybody to focus more on rebounding and chipping in to make sure the defensive possession is finished properly. I think it's a good opportunity for everyone to get focused, and with the next man up mentality, it's something that's very ingrained into the Warriors culture, and I'm sure that everyone's going to step up, and we're going to have a couple of good games, and hopefully that it carries on throughout the season. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you want to see more of the same, subscribe. If there's something that you want me to talk about, leave a comment, and I just appreciate it.
What we do here is go back.
I'll be back sooner this time, I promise. Thanks, everyone. Peace.